What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about what Geoff Keighley said about the Game Awards this year. Thank God this happened. I just talked about the YouTube dislike thing, and that was the third video of the day. This is the fourth one, and I needed to end the day on something positive. Although I may record more videos in real time, after this, you guys, for the last one, you'll see. This is something really cool. No, I really, we talked about Geoff Keighley before. I've talked about the Game Awards pretty much the last 2 or 3 years, very, very consistently. This year we're going and we're having a lot of fun with it. I think you guys are liking it. So this is going to be a good show. I really hope and think this is going to be an awesome show. And Geoff Keighley dropped a couple tidbits. Now, I read the entire interview, but I do think, and Nibel, pointed this out. He had like a little couple bullet points of what Geoff said, and then he went into the article, which again I read, and I really think he sums it up pretty well. Basically, Geoff Keighley says that there's a lot of content for 2022 and 2023. It's the biggest lineup yet in terms of announcements. 40 to 50 games to be featured in some capacity. New game announcements in the double digits. Orchestra on stage, and he teases true next-gen stuff. Also in the article, he talked about how some of the announcements are not just going to be games, they'll be adaptations. So we may, I don't know, Last of Us show, Ghost of Tsushima movie, maybe some like behind the scenes stuff. It sounds like that's a little bit of what's going to happen, that we're going to get some movies, shows, some tie-ins, that kind of stuff will be present at the show as well. But look, Geoff Keighley pumps every year up. Let's not mistake it. Let's not BS around, right? He definitely pumps things up. He's a master at getting people excited. And then, does he let people down? Sometimes he does. I think sometimes he doesn't. As I've said multiple times, this past year, this Gamescom that happened, I think was maybe the best show he's ever done. And in terms of Summer Game Fest, Game Awards, Gamescom, in all of the years, and I've watched a long, long time, I really think it was one of the best, if not the best, shows that he did. So I'm really excited for what could happen, and I do believe him. I think because a lot of what he talks about too is, I think because of the stuff around the world, all these games got pushed. It kind of just like worked out this way, where like they just have more developers willing to show their game, talk about their game, because they weren't ready before, and now they are ready, and it just kind of happened at the right time. I 100% believe that. I do think there's, I don't think the entire show is going to be some masterpiece and like every single announcement is going to be the greatest thing ever created. But I do think that part's true, that this could be the biggest and best show. There could be the most amount of new games announced ever. The stuff, even from the stuff that are games that we already know, we've talked about Gotham Knights, Hogwarts Legacy. Can you show both? Maybe you can. In fact, you probably could. So I don't want to say you probably will or it will happen. I don't want to do guarantees, right? Because that always bites me. But I really think those things are possibilities. So I'm very excited. There's not honestly too much more to talk about. I've done a couple videos. There will be more videos going up in coming days, coming weeks, where I'm going to be talking about different games if they're possible to show up at the Game Awards. I will be co-streaming it. We'll definitely do something maybe that day, maybe even the day before. I'm really hoping to make that event. I know Geoff Keighley wants it to be big. I know he's going to do the best he can to make it big. I want to do the best I can to make it big on the channel too, and to kind of give him that support. So I'm really looking forward to it. And from what he said, I really think the biggest thing is it just opens it up to a lot of options and a lot of games that you would say, well, with two of the, even going against like WB, right? Because you could say, Gotham Knights, Hogwarts, you can even say like Lego Star Wars, right? You could go other places. You could say, well, would Sony do 2? Could Microsoft do 2? Could EA, actually EA, like, could you do Dragon Age and Mass Effect? I think Dragon Age is probably a good shot, right? Like, can you do these things? And it's like, well, you only have so much time. There's only so many announcements, but actually it sounds like there's plenty of time and plenty of announcements. And then he did talk about the awards. I'm not a fan of the award side of it at all, but he did admit, which I'm glad. I'm honestly glad he's like looks at it from a whatever kind of standpoint he does, where he said most people want games. Like, that's just, and again, like, that's not a bad thing. That's not a lie. That's just an honest truth. People tune into the Game Awards for those big world premieres. That's just people do not care nearly as much, or maybe at all, for the awards themselves. And I'm glad he, like, again, and it's actually kind of good that he at least acknowledges that. Because you could kind of pretend like that doesn't happen, but it does. So that's good. And I'll give I don't care when they say, oh, this game wins best whatever. literally it doesn't matter at all to me. All these critics, they are who they are, and we've talked about that in the past. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. Like I said, there's a lot of Game Awards videos still to come. If you guys want to follow me anywhere else, I have a Twitter, I have a second channel, and I also have Patreon and YouTube memberships if you guys want to support us there. Links for all of them are in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.